This is Vegan Adventures with Suga Ray. My vision for this series is that all of you embrace veganism as a culture. Not just as what you eat, but how you think, how you feel, how you not only treat yourself, but how you treat the animals, how you treat each other, and how you treat the planet. Listen guys, we are outside of Urban Vegan Roots here in Astoria, 3447 31st Street, not too far from where I grew up. Really excited to start the Vegan Adventures with Suga Ray here. Why? Because this is family, this is home. And when you walk in, the look is creative, it's hip hop. I am hip hop, I am New York City, and I am Queens. And this spot represents that to the fullest. Yo, what's going on? Super excited to be here at Urban Vegan Roots with the owner, Dave. Let's get right to it. What's the inspiration behind starting the restaurant?
I guess the main inspiration was to spread the message of veganism and the vegan culture. A lot of vegan restaurants that I went to that, had good food, but I never felt home. I never felt like I was somewhere where that was made for me. So mixing that culture with New York City culture, hip hop culture that I grew up in, and to just have a space where people can come learn about vegan food, vegan culture, what it means. The food aspect is just the first step.
Yep, and I think it has worked because everybody who I see going to either establishment is always the same thing. The food is great, but the ambiance, the culture, you feel at home. It's New York City, it's hip hop. What has been the biggest challenge?
Just the restaurant business, it's a tough business. COVID was a ridiculous challenge. Pre-COVID, we were really doing really well. We're just getting out of it, I feel like, 3 years later.
About to do my first reaction video. We got this classic mac and cheese here. Homemade cashew cheese. You can see the cashew flakes right there. Let's get into this thing here. I like to consider myself specifically a mac and cheese connoisseur. And this mac and cheese right here, you wouldn't tell the difference. I brought my mom here, I brought my aunt here, I brought many friends. Most of them are not vegan. And they like, nah, we want that mac and cheese. It's a win. So, bro, with food being the first step to introducing people to vegan culture, right? Using food as a tool, what comes after that?
To us, vegan culture, it's not just your body, it's your mind, it's your spirit. I was very lucky to be in the first wave of yoga in New York, in the 90s. Back then, the people that taught it, you couldn't eat meat and practice yoga. It wasn't something that you could do.
Because yoga, the first thing is consciousness, it's the mindfulness. Before the physical thing, that's the last step, is the poses, right? The asanas, right? Another favorite dish, the Korean barbecue wings. If you grew up like I did in the streets, right? Wings, quick food, right? But these Korean barbecue wings right here, what kind of sauce is this?
Goru Gachu.
Goru Gachu sauce, and let's see if they get me.
Gotcha.
That crunch, the flavor, and got a little spice. It's incredible.
And then the Cody Maverick was actually celery root.
That might be the best sandwich I've ever had in my life. But let's get personal, how has the vegan culture helped you to live optimally?
Something that I actually realized this past year, I just turned 50, and it actually was a really extremely hard year. I lost my mom, I lost my uncle, I lost my dog, and I thought I was gonna lose the restaurant. What they talk about in yoga is practice. You practice every day. And I didn't really even realize until I was going through all this stuff that that's really why I started doing this 30 years ago, was for this moment.
Wow.
Being in uncomfortable positions and breathing through it, because that's really yoga.
Right, a lot of the things that I've been through in the last 2 years has been the toughest 2 years of my life. And that's outside of losing my dad as a kid, outside of losing 3 siblings, right? The last 2 years with what I've been dealing with has been the toughest. But breathing. Now, real quick before we wrap up, how does veganism, vegan food, vegan culture contribute to mental health, emotional well-being, and ultimately behavioral health and violence?
It's a super non-violent way to eat. I think if people really, really understood how violent the meat culture is, I think a lot of them would think twice. And I just think people are holding on to old ideas. We don't need to eat animals anymore. We don't need to do that. We don't need to eat animals anymore. And there you have it, man. This is David Tianga, owner of Urban Vegan Roots, Urban Vegan Kitchen, the Urban Vegan NYC franchise, to the world. All right? Appreciate you. Thank you
for your time.
Thank you.
This is the Cody Maverick no fish sandwich. Vegan fish sandwich with vegan American cheese. We can throw some ketchup on this thing. Got some lettuce and some tomatoes on there. You know me, I'm a sandwich guy. I love sandwiches. Ready? Like I just scored a touchdown. Touchdown there, baby. That might be the best sandwich I've ever had in my life. The texture is perfect. A little bit of crisp, but not too much. The flavor, it gives me like an old school, what I'm about to say ain't good, but it's like an old school White Castle sandwich. Right? That like yum yum yum. Right? Yum 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 yum. Right? Like every time you eat it, you know it's a thing. And then you got some classic fries. Right? Hand cut fries. This is a winner. Cody Maverick, no fish, vegan sandwich. This is a vibe. I'm about to finish this. Yo, get out of my business, man. Y'all in my business. Get out of here.